Is it time to leave BGC? I've lived in BGC off and on for the better part of 3 years. Look at these little things. Kind of interesting. But yeah, been in this beautiful city for 3 years, and I've ventured out multiple times, but I've always found myself back here. And while it's the bubble of safety and super nice and Western, it's also quite expensive and can get a little bit monotonous once you've been to every restaurant and every coffee shop and every hotel and every little mini park like Track 30 we're looking at here. It gets a little bit of been there, done that. While it's beautiful, resembles like a pristine New York type of vibe, it's kind of a been there, done that kind of situation. I don't think there's anywhere better. I think if I ever bought in the Philippines, it would have to be here in like Boracay or something. But at the end of the day, BGC is a very controlled bubble, always security and police watching you. No street food, no vendors, no people approaching you trying to sell you Viagra, no working girls, no jeepneys, no nothing. And sometimes I wonder if I should just give up my apartment and Airbnb it month to month and travel around. If I should go to another country nearby. Obviously, I'm probably gonna stay in the Philippines, but we're just talking about options here. What really makes the most sense for an expat in their 40s that has a tremendous amount of energy and has a YouTube channel? I don't know. I'm tempted to, when my lease is up, maybe just Airbnb it for 1 month here, 1 month there, things like that. And then I'm also tempted to just enjoy this as a home base and maybe get a cheaper place that's like 30K instead of 45 and keep my stuff there and roam around. But when you have a very expensive primary residence or something that's running you $1,000 with electricity and internet and all that, if you're not making 10,000 a month, you're sort of limited on just the unlimited travel vibes and all that good stuff. So let me know in the comments what you think. I love BGC, but it's also an ultra controlled bubble that gets a little bit boring at times or just monotonous, although it's a good boring. And this is definitely where I suggest for guys that are like 60 and over because of St. Luke's and because they're not prepared to deal with the little tiny bit of dangers that there is in the Philippines. I also think that you deserve it to live outside of BGC for once. I've lived in Makati, Parañaque, Mandaluyong, and Boracay. However, I always find myself back here because it's so America-esque, if not better, although it's probably more expensive for good food, and housing per square foot is probably the same depending on where you lived in America. So it really, really depends, guys, but it's kind of a personal choice. And I always find myself back here, but this time after coming back from being in America for 4 months, I'm finding myself a tiny bit bored and sort of been there and done that with every corner of every inch of this city. So just let me know what you think. If I was to venture out, where would you go? Would you go to Cebu? Would you go to, Quezon City? Would you go to Makati? Would you go to Ortigas? Just let me know. I'm not leaving anytime soon. Not sure that I'm ever leaving, but definitely open to suggestions and just letting you know, if you're a party guy in their 20s, probably go to Makati. If you want the ultimate advantage with women, probably go to Cebu. And if you're a guy with a girlfriend that's, over 50, BGC is probably it for you, especially if you have a big budget to eat out every single day and enjoy the beautiful skyscrapers and hotels and lounges, cigar lounges, bars. Not too many bars, but there's enough. And, tremendous dining options and good grocery stores. All right, guys? Like, comment, subscribe, share the video. And beautiful BGC.